What is up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Something that I really struggled with when it came to getting back into the gym after giving birth was my mobility. I was as stiff as a board and it was really bad. I noticed that I couldn't do squats very well. I also couldn't do things overhead very well, and I was like, this is not good. Mobility is pretty important when it comes to working out. You want to make sure that you have a decent mobility so that you will not injure yourself and you can do a lot of movements with proper form. And I was noticing like, okay, this is not good. I can't squat properly. I can't do things overhead properly. So I really need to start working on my mobility. So I decided, you know what, we're gonna do 30 days of gowod, which is a mobility app, and we're gonna try and get my mobility back. So in today's video, we test my mobility at the beginning, and you guys see my journey over 30 days of me trying to get back my mobility by doing their daily stretches every single day, and then also doing some pre-WOD and post-WOD in there. It wasn't every single day, but I tried to do it as often as possible, and you guys will see my results at the end, how I improved, what I improved, and all that jazz. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So we're gonna start with testing my mobility, and last time I did my mobility test was a year ago, and it was at 67%, which isn't like great, but 67 isn't bad for me just because my mobility absolutely sucks. My highest percentage of mobility that I had, like looking at my statistics, was at 74%, but then I actually dropped down my mobility because I stopped like doing mobility, and it went down to 67%. However, today we're going to test it, and I have a feeling that it's just going to be bad, like pretty bad. Like I have a feeling my hips are gonna be horrible. My overhead, I know, is just gonna be really bad. I know I lost mobility in my ankles. It's gonna be rough, but let's go test it. Okay, so we have the first test, and it is the compass, which is a shoulder rotation one. I know this one's not gonna be good. Lie on your side, arm position 90% to the chest, and elbow bent 90 degrees, okay? Keep your shoulder on the ground, lifting your shoulder off the ground, okay? You can't lift your shoulder off, you have to keep it on the ground. Place your hand and wrist flat on the floor. That's never gonna happen. Oh my God, okay. So, I need to do this, and then I need to do this.
Yeah, it's far.
That's bad.
Yeah, is it what? Is that like a 75-degree angle?
It's like 45.
You have 90?
45. That side is crap. Let's try the other side. 90 degrees. Here we go.
That's even worse.
It barely moves. Watch.
That one's like 65.
Okay, that's not great. So I have the choice of 0, 30, 60, fingers touching, hand flat on the ground. This guy has his hand flat on the ground.
I guess it's psychotic. Okay,
How is
so
that even possible?
what's yours? Like almost
it's
0?
not 0.
No, I'm
It's
joking.
not
30.
Okay, there's 30s here, and then there's 60. And then there's fingers touch. I would say I'm like 60. I don't know. Look at this. Tell me what you think it is.
No.
I'm between 30.
Your other one's
30's
60.
Here.
Yeah, I know, but you're in between 30.
Come on, you can't tell me that this isn't 60. My fingers aren't that far from the ground.
I think your other one's closer to the 60. No, it's in between. It's like 45. So, I don't know.
I think it's 60.
Okay.
You think, does it look 60? Okay, wait, 90, 30, which I can do, and then 60.
Okay, well, you're looser now.
Because I've been stretching.
Yeah. So we'll put 60?
I guess so.
Okay.
Is that a lie?
It's closer to the 60 than it is to the 30.
Yes, it's closer to the 60 than the 30, so we're going with 60?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe cheating this a little bit. Okay, the next one is the freeze test. Okay, so I have to sit against the wall, place your head lower and upper back against the wall. I can't even place my head against the wall. Legs bent, feet flat, arms and elbows at 90 degrees. Keep your shoulders and elbows against the wall, and you can't take your lower back off the wall. I have to try and raise my arm to go up and see if I can get it, my hands touching against the wall. Why is this hard? Oh my God, I can get my fingers touching.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised with that. I'm genuinely surprised. Fingers were touching, right?
Yeah.
Can I get my wrist? Both sides, right? That's really hard. Okay, fingers touching on left and right. That's not bad. I thought that would be way worse. Okay, next we have another shoulder one. Okay, so it's the same thing, just my arms have to be above my head. So I have to place my head lower and upper back against the wall, legs bent, feet flat, arms stretched out. This is gonna be so bad. Oh my god, shoulder cramp. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I didn't think I'd be able to touch the wall. I'm barely touching the wall though. My arms were bent, weren't they?
Oh.
If I touched my arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to have my elbows locked out.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get to like 60.
You can't put your head out, but.
Okay, my right side goes, my left side doesn't.
Yeah.
Are my elbows bent? No.
No.
Okay. This side can touch this.
Yeah, your left side's not.
My left side's tight. Okay, so my left side, I would say 60%. It's between fingers touching and 60%.
Okay.
60% is like here, and then fingers touching. All right, so next we have like an overhead squat against the wall, so we have to measure it out, and we have to measure it out by a card. So we have to measure it by 6 inches, 4 inches, 2 inches, and then feet touching the wall. Just do a line here, and then another one here, and then another one here. Okay, so those are my lines on the floor, and now it's the overhead wall squat. So I have to have my hands over my head and do a squat, which I think is not going to be great. Let's try the 6 inches. Hopefully the 6 inches isn't bad. Like, I have to have my arms straight above my head and then squat down. Oh my god. No, I can't even do it, David.
No, you keep moving your arms out.
This isn't good. Okay, well, I can't even do the 6 inches.
Well, 0.
There's no option. I need to commit.
Just sit in your butt.
Squat.
Just squat and commit. You got this. Keep your arms straight.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, see, I did it.
You could probably do the next one, honestly.
I just need to get out of my head.
Yeah.
Was my arms bent though? Or
They didn't look bent, but...
Let me just try that one more time, okay? Confidence, Nicole, confidence.
There you go.
Okay, that's not great though.
No, but you can do the first one.
I can't do the second one, for sure.
Yeah, you can. Just go. Okay.
No,
yeah, no, you can't do the second one.
Okay, so
It's maybe not in your head.
that one wasn't in my head. Okay, so definitely it's gotta be the 6 inch one. Because obviously not the 4 inch one. So the next one that we're doing is the lowest, and it's for hip external rotation, which I think is not gonna be great on me for sure. So, place the lower leg flat on the ground. Place your ankle on the upper leg above your knee. Do not allow your foot to slide inward from your lower knee, placing the ankle too far on the inside of your knee. Ugh, this is gonna be bad. So, oh my god. I can't do this. So position 1 are impossible, position 2, position 3, or position 4. I'm like position 1 or impossible. Yeah, this is not happening. And for the other side, I can't even sit up. I can't even put it up there. Oh my god, my hips are so bad. That's not good. It's position 1 or impossible. It's pretty much impossible for me on both sides, which isn't great. Next, we're going into the shield, which is another hip flexation. So you have to lie on your back, grab one knee with both hands, pull towards your chest, stop just before your other knee begins to leave the ground. I think I can do this. I think it can't be that bad, right? I hope not. Lay back, lay that flat, and then lay this here. So I would say it's like not touching the torso. It's like, yeah, that's not touching. We are definitely at 30%, right? Seems like 30, not 15. 15's here, 30's here, and then touching the chest. So 30 on the left side. Now let's try the other side. This side I feel like is so much like better, but definitely not touching the chest. So I'm gonna say it's like 30 as well on this side. Okay, so the next one we're doing is called the sweeper. So I have to go on all fours and you have to film me from behind. I know you get to see my booty. And I have to move my ankle, like my...
Oh, your hips?
Yeah, it's like a hip internal rotation. So we'll see how this goes, okay? So the first one, it's here, and then here, and then here. Okay, and then there'll be more here. Okay, next we have a standing forward bend. This one, I know I'm gonna just stop.
Is that that's the touch your feet?
Yeah, I like have to bend forward, and my back is so stiff today. So stretch your legs out with one foot in front of the other. Front leg, hold the position for 5 seconds to test the validation. It's either fingers at the shins, fingers at the ankles, finger touching the ground, back and fingers on the ground, palms touching the ground. Okay, so fingers at the shins, Fingers at the ankles. 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't touch the ground.
So it's ankle.
Ankle, I think. I held it for 5 seconds. A little quick 5, but I managed. Try the other side. Fingers at the shins. And then fingers at the ankles. And I can't touch the ground. Okay, so it's even. It's even. It sucks, but it's even. Then we have the diver. Same thing. Keep your feet together, legs extended. Flex your hips and hold the position for 5 seconds. So fingers above the knees, fingers under the knees, fingers at the shins, ankles, and then touching the ground. Fingers above the knees.
Yep.
Below the knees.
Mm-hmm.
At the shins. At the ankles. I can't go down.
Ankles starting to round.
My ankles are starting to round?
No, your back's starting to round.
You said my ankles are starting to round.
I meant at your ankle, your back's rounding.
Okay. So definitely it's what, fingers at the shins, I guess, yeah. Can't get the ankles. Well, that's okay. Ankles and then touch the ground. So I'm not that far off.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do the knee to the wall. Foot against the wall, I can do. And then we have feet at 2 inches out. So here, which I can do. And then feet at 4 inches out. I cannot do. So 2 inches I can do.
Mm-hmm.
4 inches, I cannot do. Foot against the wall, easy. 2 inches, easy. 4 inches.
Close.
Honestly, closer than the other side, but I still can't touch. So I lost some flexibility in my ankles. All right, now my mobility. I just got my test results.
And is it crap? Did you pass?
My mobility test results, not great. It's at 42%. So
okay, well.
I've lost at 25% of my progression. My shoulders improved, actually. Went up 8%. Mm-hmm. My overhead went down 21%. My hips went down 45%. My posterior chain went down 37%. And my ankles went down 50%. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my mobility profile, my #1 priority is my overhead, and my second priority is my hips.
Okay.
That's not great, but this is why we're doing this video, because I gotta get my mobility back. We gotta get this back going, because I'm just a stiff person. Hopefully it'll come back. Wow, that's not great. I'm just watching it just like go back. That's really sad. Oh my god, it's all, before it used to be like green and everything, and now it's just like yellow. Oh, that's not great. We're day #1 and we're going to be doing the daily stretch. I didn't have any time to do any pre-WOD or post-WOD because my workout was like really quick. I worked out about 2 hours ago and I didn't really have that much time to like do a full session. So I had to work out very quick, so I didn't have time for it today. But I'm going to do the daily one and we're going to do a pretty quick one. We're going to do the daily protocol and we're going to do it for, I think, 15 minutes. We'll do the one in the middle, give myself some time to stretch and really open up my back, because my back has been really tight just taking care of Cove all day and it's been really hard. So yeah, hopefully they'll give a lot of overhead stuff because I really want to stretch it out. So we have the back stretch for 2 minutes. You gotta put your hands underneath your ankles. You can't really see that. Also, don't mind the mess, just, you know, having a kid, that's what it's like kind of thing, so just ignore it. We have this for 2 minutes and whew, I feel it in my back, that is for sure, especially my lower back, surprisingly. My hips too. Next we have to move against the wall and we're going to be doing the rainbow stretch and it is 2 minutes each side. Oh my god, I can barely get my elbow on the ground. This is really hard, honestly. Yeah, this is really stretching the back. Oh my god. So we're doing the shoulder internal rotation. We did this as one of the tests for like the mobility test. So let's do this. Hopefully, like, I feel like this isn't too bad for me. Okay, yeah, no, it's really tight today. I feel like I can't move it very much, although I have like not that great of flexibility doing this anyways. Now we have the squat opener. This one is definitely for the hips and we are in this for 2 minutes. I can definitely feel it. And what's interesting, and I noticed about like the difference in my hips, is that this one is definitely more tighter on my left side. My left side is extremely tighter than my right side. And my foot, when I go down, it tends to rotate out, like my toes will go out, whereas this one stays the same. So I'm very awkward. And I've been like that for so many years. My hips are just super uneven in like my mobility and flexibility. This is why we're doing this, to help this. So we're hoping that it'll open, but oh my god, it burns to sit in this, that is for sure. David's behind the camera doing it with me. How you feeling?
Good. I'm tight here because of my
I
double
feel like
unders.
it burned in my like
You see in my shin because of double unders.
Today? Yeah. We have the wall tricep where we have to stand like this. Can you guys see? Stand with your foot against the wall and here, and then you gotta press yourself against the wall and stretch the tricep. I actually really like this. This feels good. Next one we have is a wall V-sit. So I gotta go against the wall with my butt against the wall, and we're sitting here for 2 minutes. The last thing we have to do, which is something that I really like, is relax. So for 1 minute, we just have to breathe in and out, and it's like a little meditation thing, and I really like it. Are you gonna do it with me?
Yep.
You're gonna lie down? I'm gonna sit up. Honestly, really like that relaxed one, especially after a really long, stressful day. It felt really good to just kind of breathe and just quiet the mind a little bit. Anyways, first session done, which I'm really happy about. Pretty good. Feels good to be all stretched out, especially after being like hunched over with COVID all day and then having an intense workout. Feels good to kind of have my back opened up and my hips opened up a little bit. It's day number 2, and I actually have time before my workout to do a pre-WOD. I don't know if I'll have time to do a post-WOD, but we're gonna do a pre-WOD. And I already inserted all the exercises I'll be doing, well, most of them. So I have pull-up, back squat, wall ball, and double unders, because that's what I'm gonna be doing. Well, single unders instead of double unders, but same thing. And so I'm gonna put that in. We're doing 10 minutes, so the quickest one, and let's get a little warm-up pre-WOD in. The daily stretch in the gym today, and we're going to do 15 minutes. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We'll just start stretching and I'll talk with you guys while I stretch. So it has officially been 1 week since I started doing gowod, and I did every day except for one day. I actually skipped one day because I was so exhausted and I just didn't have time, and I was overwhelmed, and my mental health wasn't very good, so it was just one day that I skipped, which isn't a bad thing, because honestly, in reality, not all of us will stretch every single day or has time to stretch every single day, but I am trying to make it a priority. So especially now, like Cove's taking a nap, and I usually do leave it until the evening, but I'm trying to make it more of a priority so I have time during the day, so it's not so stressful when I leave it to the evening. We're in the V-sit for 2 minutes. Ooh, I feel this one in the back of my legs, that's for sure. So it's been 1 week and I've been feeling really good. The stretching feels good. I have been applying some pre-WODs and post-WODs if I can. Sometimes I don't always film it because I don't have my camera with me. I don't do it that often. I don't do it every single day, but I prefer to do the pre-WOD rather than the post-WOD, just because it will give me some mobility exercises so that I can use them to work, like for my workouts, to make sure that I'm properly warmed up. But at the same time, I'm doing some additional stuff because my upper body is just so tight. Like, it's really, really bad. I did not have any massages or anything like that during pregnancy and postpartum, and picking up COVID and everything like that. My upper back has just been so bad. And so I do add some extra upper body mobility just to make sure that I'm overall well-rounded when I do my warm-up, of course. And I want to make sure, obviously, that I'm properly warmed up no matter what when I'm going to work out, so that it prevents injury. And this is just a little addition to add to it and gives me more time to really focus on my mobility. And then the stretching every day, this is something that is so important to me. I really want to make sure that I'm stretching, taking time to myself to stretch. That's important. But yeah, I mean, like, I haven't really noticed a huge difference in like my flexibility or my mobility yet. We will obviously see at the end of the month, but I am feeling much better. I feel good after I stretch. I really do like it. My body feels really good. Like, there's nothing really specific to say after 1 week because it's just been 1 week, obviously. However, it does feel good. It feels good to add into my routine, especially if I'm a bit sore from a workout, or or I've had like a really big workout and I really want to make sure that my muscles are all like stretched out after it, or just have some mobility in my muscles so that they don't stiffen up. I feel like this is a really great way to add in something to help with my recovery. And yeah, I don't know, like I'm hoping that this will definitely open up my hips because my hips have been really tight. And speaking about mobility, this next one, you guys see what is she doing, what she's doing. This is one thing that I literally cannot do. This has literally been like one exercise for me that I just suck at so bad. So I always need an elastic band because I cannot reach. When my mobility is really good, I can sometimes touch, but oh my God, it is bad. So I am using an elastic band because your girl is not mobile enough in her shoulders. Also, I saw my physiotherapist and she recommended, like, because my upper back is just really, really tight and I have a really hard time releasing it no matter how much foam rolling or rolling on a ball or stretching I do. She recommended that I get a sports massage just to release it because it's so tight. Like, she touched my back, she's like, okay, this is really tight, we need to loosen it. So I have an appointment and I'm gonna go see a sports massage therapist. Wow, I can say that. Anyways, I'm gonna see a sports massage therapist. Hopefully he can help release my back a little bit so that when it comes to doing more mobility and flexibility, that it'll feel a lot better and I'll be able to move more. So it'll just give me like a little bit of a leg up on doing this and getting a sports massage. I mentioned last week that I was having trouble releasing my upper back no matter how much stretching that I did. It was just tight literally all the time. And I spoke to my physiotherapist because I was like, look, no matter how much stretching I do, no matter how much like foam rolling I do, it doesn't seem to release. Like, this is one of the tightest areas on my body. And she suggested that I go see a sports massage therapist, which I finally did, which is great, thank God, and it felt so good. Like, I took the day off yesterday and it felt absolutely amazing. It hurt like hell, and he was like, your back is like really, really tight. Like, it was like really, really bad. So he released it as best as possible, and he wants me to go back and see him like within a month to make sure that everything is still released, because we don't want to have super tight muscles when we're working out, or else it can lead to injury. It's happened before with me. And so that's great news. I feel so much better already just having it released. It feels so good. Although honestly, like, my muscles hurt because of how much he was pushing it out. Like, they're sore. So we'll see how it kind of continues from here. And I think the release of that has helped. He also gave me a stretch to do, so I will do it at the end of this in a couple seconds. I'll do that every day, and then so this on top of those stretches will just really help me kind of get better with my overall upper back mobility. All right, stretching is all done. So we finished that. I just did 15 minutes. And just a stretch that the masseuse recommended that I do is something that's very simple, and it is literally just a twist. But he wants me to lie here for as long as possible and just do a twist. So one leg flat. I'm pretty sure this is in the archive of gowods, not 100% sure, but I'm bringing this over my body, bringing my arm opposite and just lying flat, and then I do the opposite side and look that way. So I'm gonna do that actually right now and just spend as much time just relaxing, falling into it, like really breathing into it. It's just to open up my back. My thoracic area is very, very tight, and this is just a great way to open that. Currently doing the hamstring stretch. As we can see, not very good at it at all. We are at the end of week 2. It's been going pretty well, honestly. I'm feeling good. I feel like my hips have gained a lot more mobility in them, which is always a bonus, because when we went into this, my hips were very, very stiff, and I was actually quite surprised how bad they were. Whereas now, even though we're only 2 weeks in, I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm hoping that it will show in my results at the end of the month. But so far, yes, it's been feeling good. My back's been feeling okay. I'm a little tight today because I pulled like a muscle like on the other side, like right here in my back from working out. So it's just a little stiff today, but it feels really good to stretch. I just finished my daily stretch and I'm actually going to do let me get there. I'm gonna do a specific flow too, because I really want to like really make sure that I keep my upper back like as mobile and stretched out as possible, because it just gets tight very easily. Even though I had my massage, I just want to make sure that I keep that as best as possible. I'm still doing my stretch every day where I lie on the floor and then I twist, like that stretch. That has, I feel like, really been helping my upper back, and I just want to do this as well because I have extra time to do it. I'm gonna do a quick 8-minute one, and I'm just going to, like, I'm gonna start now. Just keep as much mobility in my upper back as much as see. I'm doing my daily gowod stretch. We are at the end of week 3. This week was not a super successful week. I was pretty busy. David was out on a work trip, so it was just me and Cove. So I was parenting like full, like nonstop. So I didn't get to do all my flows every single day, because just sometimes at the end of the day I was completely dead. And I just didn't film some of them just because like I was busy and I was trying to get them in as much as, or as best as possible. So I did miss a couple, but also didn't film them. Plus, you don't need to see me stretch every single time because that can be very boring. So besides that, my stretching has been okay. The one thing I would notice that since I was on like all week, like taking care of Cove, I was very hunched over, working with him, playing with him. Especially now he's like sitting up, so I need to sit behind him because sometimes he like falls over. So I was I'm very hunched over, I guess. I think I'm gonna like really have to work on massages and getting my mobility, because honestly my massage lasted like a couple weeks. It's just pretty good. Like usually massages last like a couple days, whereas this, I felt like a lot of my upper back mobility lasted like what, almost 2 weeks, which I think is pretty good. I'm really happy about that. And I've also noticed like in a lot of my workouts, I'm starting to jack up my shoulder. If you guys don't know, I injured my shoulder. And since injuring my shoulder, I tend to like want to bring it closer to my body, so I'm a little bit awkward with my mobility. It just stiffens up more on my right side than my left side. So I think really like gowod is helping keeping that mobility in my upper back. However, I need to have additional massages to just kind of make sure that it still stays loose. So that being said, we're going into the last week, which I'm excited about. I already noticed like a huge difference in my mobility in my hips, which is really good. And even my ankle mobility feels like so much better. Like it just feels like I'm moving a lot better in the gym, which I'm really, really happy about. And on top of that, I'm doing my thoracic stretch that my massage therapist recommended for me. So I'm still doing that every single day as long as possible, and I find like that really does help just my thoracic mobility. Okay, so it has been a month and we are going to test my mobility. Last time we tested it, I was at 42%, which is not good. I went downhill. So shoulders, I'm at 58%, overhead 29%, hips 40%, posterior chain 38%, and ankles 50%. I think my ankles have improved, and I think my hips have improved. I'm hoping I've improved over 42%. Let's hope we get a passing grade over 50. I'm gonna make sure my shoulder is on the ground. So it's either 0%, 30, 60, fingers touching, or hand flat on the ground. No way I'm having my hand flat, but oh no, I did not improve in this at all. Because this is 0, 30, 60.
Yeah.
And then fingers touching. I think I'm at 60.
Yeah.
I think I'm 62.
Yeah.
I've never had good mobility in this. I don't think I could ever like.
No.
Ooh, I don't know. 60 on both sides.
Yeah.
All right, I have to sit against the wall, legs bent, feet flat, back against the wall, and I have to go. Oh my god, my shoulders are tight. I don't know if I can do this. So there's 15, 45, 60 fingers touching. I'm hoping I can get my fingers touching. I can't get my wrists to touch though. Are my arms even?
Now they are.
No.
You're closer with your right side than your left side.
Yeah, well, because I have more mobility on one side than the other. But at least, you know what, my fingers are touching, so that is good. Okay, the next one is the wizard. So same thing, but I just have to put my arms straight. So it's 15, 45, 60 fingers touching, hands and wrists touch the wall.
Yeah, they're bent.
Are they straight?
Yeah.
Are they straight?
Yeah, they're straight.
So fingers touching, both sides. Okay, now we have to do a wall squat. We have the marks from last time. So it was here, here, and here. So I have to do feet the furthest away. So I'm touching here. Oh, that was a bit rusty.
I felt that crack. I heard that crack.
A little pop.
Yeah.
You good?
Yep.
Is that good enough?
I think so. You look good.
I feel like I'm like so narrow. Okay. I don't know if I can do this one. I'm very close to the wall. My arms just went like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
The
think
second
I
one.
improved on this one.
I think so.
Okay, so this one is my left side. So position 1 or impossible. Position 2. I can do position 1 because I can do it. So it's position 1 or impossible. Position 2 is like just you're able to push, which I am.
Yeah.
And I can't do position 3.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it last time. And then this one too. At least I can get into the position.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is a shield. We have 0, 15, and then 30, and then thigh touching the torso.
Yeah, if it's not, it's borderline. Like it's.
Yeah. That one feels really good. I would say that it's touching. Right? Just look at the photo. It's hard to say because there are arms in the way. Like this is.
Yeah.
This is 30.
Yeah.
15, 0.
Yeah.
0, 15, 30, and then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, I think I improved in that one. Okay, this one I know I have. It's 15, 30 or more.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
30 or more. Okay, now standing forward bend. Oh no. So fingers at the shins, fingers at the ankles, fingers on the ground, back of fingers on the ground, hands on the ground.
That's pretty good.
Oh, would you say? I think that's fingers on
I think
back
so.
of fingers
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah, because you managed to do it.
Okay. Oh my god, this way is way tight. No. I can't get my fingers
No.
on the ground.
Oh. You can get it with your left side, but not your
I
right.
can get it with my left side. I can only get my fingers touching on my left, but my right, I can get the back of my fingers. I'm surprised there's an imbalance in that, actually. Okay, now we're doing the diver. So I have to put both legs straight, fingers above the knees, under the knees, fingers at the shins, fingers at the ankles, and then fingers touching the ground.
Nice.
Well, that's easy.
You used to have issues with that.
Yes, I did. And now, look at that. Boop. I can touch the ground. Look at me, flexible. Okay, so this is the ankle mobility. So we have to start with the foot against the wall. We're gonna start with the left side. We have the foot against the wall, and then we have 2 inches, and then 4 inches. Here, I'll put it right here.
Oof.
I'm so close.
So close. Oh, yeah. You got it. You got that one.
Okay, other side. Here, here. Okay, and then wait.
Yeah.
That one's actually a lot easier.
Yeah.
Now we're calculating.
Oh.
Okay.
I think you're over 50.
Okay, guess my score. It's not amazing, but it's not bad.
62.
66.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so I improved 0% of my shoulders, so they stayed the same,
Okay.
which I'm not surprised. Overhead, I increased 21%. Hips, I increased 30%. Posterior chain, 43%, and ankles, 50%. So ankles, I have my full mobility in my ankles. My hips are actually really good. My posterior chain's at 80%.
Wow.
And my hips are at 70%. It's just my overhead and my shoulders, which have always been an issue for me, but they have improved. I think that's my highest, one of my highest scores.
I think so.
No, my highest score is 74.
Yeah, but we might not have done it properly last time when you got 74, but who knows?
I'm really
but still,
happy. I'm so happy.
Really good.
Yeah. As you guys saw, I did improve my mobility quite a bit. My hips finally opened up and they feel so much better now after doing that. Like I feel like I can squat properly now, because at the beginning I was like, I cannot squat. Now I feel like I can squat. And my overhead, it's better. It's not perfect, but it is better than what it was before. So with my mobility and getting a massage, and also I'm gonna continue getting massage. I have one booked very, very soon. So those two things hand in hand, I think are really helping with me just getting my mobility back, getting my flexibility back when it comes to a lot of movements, especially in CrossFit. My goal is just to get better at CrossFit, and if I wanna get better, I wanna make sure I have proper form and I'm doing things properly and I'm not gonna injure myself. So one thing of that is having good mobility. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know if you need to work on your mobility in the comments down below. I feel like we all do. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to be unstoppable, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Cold inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drink your night.